So we have lived in Nashville pretty much all our lives. Our parents, along with a couple of family friends, they planted this church because there was a very obvious need for a South Asian community here. It was great because I think we were so young back then, and so it really felt like we grew up with this church.
Yeah, and there are a lot of realities of growing up in the area that we have. We're in a primarily Caucasian community, so we didn't often look like the people around us. That had its harsh realities and challenges that we had to come across. Just, getting through each day and remembering where we came from, and I feel like this church was a huge part of staying connected to our roots.
Absolutely, and the reality is oftentimes our lives are a canvas for our faith. So the context of our lives, our circumstances, our cultural backgrounds, experiences, they all kind of set up how we see our faith and how we understand the Bible. And oftentimes going to church, it used to be a little challenging because our culture there were two cultures that were fighting for our attention. It was really hard to grapple with this concept of identity. And so when it came to who we are in Christ, we struggled with that too, because worldly, the thing that we're dealing with on earth tangibly wasn't making sense. So then this thing that, we are who we are in Christ was also difficult for us to understand. So all of that being said, I think it was so valuable for us to be plugged into a South Asian church because not only were we celebrating and remembering that, we are from an Indian heritage, but we were able to combine this concept of faith and culture together in that space, which is really cool.
Our parents played a huge role in keeping us connected and involved in this church community because the reality is we didn't often see people that understood us and where we came from. And we know there are plenty of kids in our church community right now that have the same need and find this imbalance in a church cross-cultural lifestyle. So we hope that this church could continue to do that for the kids to come.
Yeah, so when it comes down to why it's important that there is a South Asian church here in Nashville, we can 100% back up and advocate for the fact that there is a generation that is growing up here that kind of like us is just juggling this concept of identity and who they are. And so I think it's important that they're able to plug in, whether they're kids, teenagers, young adults, they're able to plug in and understand that living cross-culturally isn't a burden. It's actually such a valuable asset to their lives. And so we believe that this church can be such a vital tool to understanding that.
With that being said, if you're watching with this, we would love to have you partner with us as we are currently fundraising towards a new church building we just got. It is a very unique opportunity to invest into a community of South Asians in a place that doesn't already have a lot of resources for this community. There are a lot of ways that you can spend your money. We know that everyone has personal and other philanthropic needs, but we would love for you to invest in this unique experience for us. There are about 8,000 Indian families in this area alone, and most of them are unsaved. So we would love to take this opportunity to have a church home where we can further carry out our mission in reaching unsaved souls and sharing the gospel of Jesus.
So if you feel led to give, the link for giving will be either in the caption or the bio of this platform. And again, we thank you in advance for partnering with us in the kingdom advancement here in Nashville, Tennessee.